Fire Department. What's the address of your emergency?
8181 North 107 Northern.
We're talking about the house that's on fire?
My tower just went out.
What's that?
My tower just...
Okay, is it your house on fire?
Yes, my condo.
Okay, is everybody out?
No, we're all inside. We're trapped.
You guys are trapped?
I'm Rick Picard from the Peoria Fire Department. In the middle of the night on June 29th, we responded to a fire in the unit that's behind me. It was a working fire, and the units that were responding were getting reports of people trapped. Now, we've all been on those calls and they turn out to be nothing, but that wasn't the case this night. We had 3 people trapped in the back bathroom with no way out and a large body of fire between us and them.
More updated information. Another call online says 3 people and a dog are trapped in the master bathroom on the 1st floor.
Engine 194 is on the scene of a well-involved single-story apartment complex. We're laying a line from the west. We're going to go interior with an engine 3/4 search rescue fire attack. Engine 194 will be 107th Avenue Command. We're in office strategy. 194 will be initial accountability.
Firefighters responding that night faced some real unique challenges that we can learn a lot from. Today we're going to review the building layout, the fire conditions, the challenges that the firefighters faced, and how they operated that night. Let's take a look at how the building is laid out.
Unit 42 is an approximately 900 square foot condo with the A side south facing. This is an 8-plex, and 42 is one of the 4 interior units. Constructed in the 1970s, each unit is separated by a 2-hour block firewall, and this unusual design meant that the interior units had only one exit. Access is off the patio. The front door opens into the living room, and the window on the left is for the second bedroom. The right side of the patio has a sliding glass door with access to the master bedroom, and the window between opens into the living room. The interior layout is typical, with a bathroom off each bedroom. The master bathroom is here in the CD corner of the building. A new roommate had just moved in, and the cardboard boxes for moving were stacked up on the patio just outside the glass doors to the master bedroom. This was the fire origin point, and when the occupants awoke to the orange glow outside the window, the patio was likely in flashover and all means of egress were cut off. The 3 occupants took refuge here in the master bathroom. They blocked the bottom of the door with towels and then wet towels to put over their heads and faces. They laid together in the bathtub to wait for rescue.
West Deputy Command Engine 194. Pump 194, Pump 194.
Awesome. We're not going to be able to get in there anywhere.
West Deputy's on scene.
Deputy, you're on scene 2332. Also be advised, we do have the trapped victims on the phone still.
I'm John Alley, Captain, Engine 194 B shift. The first engine 3/4 off our truck made no difference in the fire. Engine 54 pulled a second hand line off our truck. Still no difference. Engine 133 pulled a third engine 3/4 off of our truck, and we finally started to see some effect on the main body of the fire. However, we had the fire extending from the patio into the roof of apartment 41, which is to the east.
In the command, I'm going to make him interior.
Copy that. You want me to come to your vehicle face to face, or you want me to go into the incident?
Go on into the incident.
Engine 191 is south.
Command Engine 191.
191.
Come on up, lay a second line, come on up and assist. I need you to check the occupancies to the west. I'm going to make you west sector.
Copy. Hand check a line, and we'll be up to occupancy to the west.
Command West Deputy to Command Engine 194.
Engine 194.
John, I'm going to assume command. I'm going to make you east sector. West Deputy to Command Engine 194. John, I'm going to make you east sector. I'm going to assume command. West Deputy to alarm.
West Deputy, go ahead.
I'm going to assume 107th Avenue Command.
Copy, West Deputy, you're assuming 107th Avenue Command 2334. This is your 9-minute last time notification. Also be advised, We no longer have voice on the open line from the people that are trapped.
Command, copy. We're still trying to make entrance. We have a well-involved apartment on the east side of this complex. As a command officer, some of the things that were going through my head responding to this call, hearing the reports that we had 3 victims trapped, and then pulling up to it and seeing as much fire as we did, there's a lot of things going on in that noggin of mine. One, how do we get these victims out safely? Knowing that it was one way in, one way out, fire blocking the entrance to the firefighters and blocking the exit to the victims. That was one of those things where you knew you had to put the fire out. Command Engine 132.
Engine 132.
Need you to stage on Engine 191's plug. In the event we need to pump it, come on up. Need you to be on deck.
Copy, pump. Engine 191's plug. We're on deck. Ladder 191's on scene.
East sector, go ahead.
Can I get some ventilation?
That's affirmative. Ladder 191's coming up to you right now. Commander Ladder 191.
Ladder 191.
I need you to go to the roof, give me ventilation, have your engineers start secure utilities. I'm going to make you row. Who did I make on?
Engine 132's on deck.
Battalion 131, you're on scene.
Commander Battalion 132, or 131.
Battalion 131, go.
Paul, just give me a 360 of this place.
Copy, 360.
Command Engine 54.
Heard
54, go ahead.
Where are you located at? You're interior with Engine 194. Command, copy. You're just west of Engine 194. You're working under East Sector 194.
Like any fire, it's a challenge for command to keep track of where companies are at. Engine 194 had his crew attack the fire, and while they were doing that, he got an all clear on apartment 41. Engine 54 attacked and penetrated 42 here. This was under heavy fire conditions, and it took some time. Engine 133 joined Engine 54 on the interior of 42. The search for the bathroom was a challenge.
Commander Battalion 191.
Battalion 191, go.
Need you to assume East Sector from Engine 194, 133, and 54.
Copy, if you're assuming East Sector from Engine 194, 154, who was the other unit?
It's going to be Engine 194, Engine 133, Engine 54.
Copy, 133 and 54.
Mike Moore, Battalion Chief, City of Peoria. On the day of the fire, we were the second arriving battalion chief. Upon arrival, we were assigned a forward sector. Once we got into position, it was very clear to us that we had a tremendous amount of fire. We had access issues and water supply issues, getting water on the fire quickly. We had an imminent rescue. It was evident by the 911 dispatcher that was giving us constant updates en route to the fire, and we knew that seconds were going to count.
Commander, East Sector, Engine 194. I made you East Sector. Go ahead, John. Command, copy, John. You have an all clear on the east apartment. Is there anybody in those bathrooms like we're getting reports, John?
Master bedroom.
Command, copy.
Communication is always our biggest challenge. On this fire, the use of general geographic locations caused confusion to develop on the exact operating position of assigned crews. Every effort must be made to use specific location identifiers like unit numbers and business names to help maintain a safe and coordinated fire attack.
Command copy. Just give me a camera report when you get inside. 107th Avenue, command to alarm.
Truck 191 to command.
Go ahead, truck 191.
We have rear access to these buildings, both occupancies in the back.
Command copy. Command to engine 132 on deck.
Engine 132.
Need you to go to the north side of these apartments, see if we can gain entry, and give me a report on the north side. I'm going to make you north sector.
Got the engine 132. Go to the north side and let's try to gain entry from the north side. We're still in transit.
Command copy, you're still in transit.
Alarm command.
107th Avenue command, go ahead.
107th Avenue command. We have parents on the phone confirming that an unresponsive female in apartment 42 in the bathroom.
Shows 44 in front.
Command copy, you got an unresponsive victim in apartment 42. Command to engine 193.
Unresponsive in apartment 42.
Command copy, unresponsive in apartment 42. Command to engine 193.
193.
Have you assume treatment sector. We're going to try to get you a patient out of apartment 42. I'm going to have PMT 191 working with you.
Copy of human treatment. PMT 191. Truck 191, engine 191. I heard charge. One's coming.
Command to west sector, engine 191.
191, we're giving you all clear at this time.
Are you in apartment 42?
Apartment 43.
I need you to go to apartment 42. Give me an all clear. It appears we have some patients in there.
Up to apartment 42. One sector to command, we're bringing 2 victims out.
Bring them on out. I'm going to have you give them to engine 193, which is treatment.
Ladder 131 stage.
Command to ladder 131. Command to ladder 131.
Ladder 131.
Need you to come on up, assist engine 193 with treatment. They got 2 patients at this time.
We got 1 more victim coming out.
Command copy, you got 1 more victim. I got engine 193 and ladder 130. 131 is treatment.
First sector to command.
Go ahead, west sector. Command to west sector, go ahead.
Victim outside of apartment 43. We are working under the code.
Command copy, you're working a code outside of apartment 43. Command to treatment, engine 193.
Copies outside apartment 143, we're on our way.
Command to engine 365.
365.
Need you to come up, report to treatment, and assist with treating the patients. Engine 193 is going to be treatment.
365 knowledge, underneath 30 minutes and 193.
We got PMT 193 and 191 and 192.
Battalion 192 is on scene.
Command to battalion 192.
Battalion 192, go ahead.
Need you to come up and assume treatment from engine 193. You got PMT 191, ladder 131, engine 365 assisting you with treatment.
2 or 3 victims.
193, ladder 131, and engine 365. I'll look on my sheet.
That's affirmative. Go ahead, Riff.
Here, guys, this guy's train coming out of the ramp up here. We're going to go ahead and make a train stop from north to south, back from there.
Command, copy. Do you need another line up there? Last unit, go.
Truck 181. Utilities, there's no breakers on the outside of the building.
Command, copy. You got your utilities secured.
Command, bringing out a fire victim. Fire victim.
Command, copy. You have 3 victims at this time. Battalion 192 is going to be treatment.
One of the critical fireground factors on this incident was access. Only the first units could spot in this narrow drive. All other units had to stage on the street. This meant about a 100-yard distance to move equipment, people, and patients. Command was heads up to designate treatment before the first victim was found, but the lesson is that logistics required significantly more time to deploy, so remember to designate plenty of treatment resources very early in. In addition, because resources were not set up, the patients were initially treated in the hot zone by members not wearing appropriate PPE. Treatment must be set up in an appropriate area.
What's the status on the 3rd patient, West Sector?
First patient went with engine 193. I think 2 more ALS company.
Command, copy. Command to engine 158.
190.
Ashley, I need you to come up to treatment. Battalion 192 is going to be treatment. They apparently have 2 patients.
I believe one of the takeaways from this fire is the teamwork. We had Phoenix, Sun City, and Peoria all in a rescue room pulling victims out. We all worked together. We're all from different cities, and we all effected a good rescue on 3 separate victims, and the outcome turned out really phenomenal for the families.
On critical incidents such as this one, everything has got to fall into place. Training drives this practice. In order for us to be efficient at our job, when we're out training, we need to hold ourselves to a high standard and be efficient at the operation that we're conducting.
One of the other lessons I learned on this was not to become complacent when we're on EMS calls or just driving around the area, and to challenge not only myself but also my crew to start paying attention to locations of water supplies and strange layouts of buildings and complexes, like with only one way in, one way out, and to try to make sure that the MCT matches what we're seeing in real life, that the premise isn't drawn incorrectly, and that we can count on water supplies being where they're supposed to be.
One of the other unique things about this fire is that one of the 3 victims received a cyanide antidote kit very early on in the emergency room before they were transferred to the burn unit. That victim did a lot better, had a lot faster recovery than the other 2. That goes to show us that early treatment with a cyanide antidote kit for patients that receive a lot of smoke inhalation is vital for the recovery and survival. Don't be afraid to use your local protocol and have a hazmat unit or toxicology medic on the scene early to give that treatment, or meet them at the hospital if you have to. One more thing about this fire. One of the victims rescued that night is the daughter of engineer paramedic Tim Castellanos, a member of our extended family here in Peoria. Throughout our careers, we hear treat every customer like they're a member of your family, and we typically do. But the firefighters that responded that night, that treated her, rescued her, and got her to the hospital, didn't know she was a member of our family. But they treated her like she was. And you can imagine the impact that had on our brother firefighter and his family.
And I'm really grateful to Peoria and all the guys here and police and every city that was involved that came together to save my daughter's life. I can't tell you how grateful I am. I am so grateful, and I know what it means when people come to me when I'm out on duty shopping and they say, hey, thank you guys for what you do. And you know, to me it's just a job, and I love what I do, but now I know what it feels like to be on the other side, and I am eternally grateful for everybody, and I just can't express it in the words. It's just say thank you to everybody.
I told the instructor everything I could, the dispatcher everything I could. how old we were, where we were exactly, and trying to give them good instructions to get to us in the fire. And at that point, it became really hard to breathe, and I felt as though I needed to hang up with the operator and call my mom because I wanted to tell her that I loved her one last time because I didn't know if I was going to make it.
I say it's a phenomenal story because everything came together that night. It was the perfect storm from all the units and all the people that assisted in this fire. Let me just say that during this event, we had 3 dead victims when we pulled them out. And it is just phenomenal. It's a miracle by any other name that we, the fire department, the police department, and the dispatchers and everybody that helped in this event came together in bringing these young people back to life.
To review some of the lessons from this fire, communicate early, often, and really pertinent information, especially locations of where you are and where things are happening. That information needs to be passed along to everybody on the scene. Ramp up early if you expect patients. When you have a fire like this, you're going to get the patients out, and they're going to come out very quickly and usually together. So be ready for that. Have your treatment sector ready to go and your transportation sector ready so you can treat them and get them out of there quickly while you simultaneously control the fire. And lastly, know your first due area and how it's going to affect fire operations. Access was very limited here. Getting patients in and out was very limited. So think of that ahead of time and pre-plan when you're out there doing EMS calls or just out in your first due area. This was a career call for the members of 6 fire departments here in the West Valley. Everybody worked together, everything came together, and we had a really good ending on this. But that's no accident. You need to train, you need to work together, you need to look forward to these and have a motivation to be ready for these kind of incidents, because they're not going to happen often, but when they do, it's why we're here, it's what our mission is, and it's why people pay us to come to work every day. I'm Rick Picard from the Peoria Fire Department. Thank you.